Hi. Hello. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about my top 5 favorite TV shows of 2021, which honestly I don't think it was a great year for TV shows, mostly because it's the first year after the pandemic. 2020, of course, it was awful for TV shows and movies and that stuff. Of course, not for K dramas, but for the rest, it was very, very bad year. So I was excited about this 2021. Well, basically, I just have my top 5 of TV shows. Yeah, I'm going to start from 5 to 1 because that's how people do it. And in spot number 5, I have two shows in number 5 because I didn't want to miss one of these or leave it at 6 and don't tell you which one it was. So basically, in number 5, I have the second season of The Great and Mr. Cortman. I think that's the name, Mr. Cortman. Let me look for it. So the first one, The Great, Mr. Corman, that's the name, with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Okay, so about season 2 of The Great, I think it was very, very nice. I mean, the plot, it was a little bit weak. It's not compared to the first season, because in the first season we have the villain, which is, Nicholas Hoult, which he's just amazing. But in the second season, he's not the villain anymore. So I think that's the impressive part. Like, the plot is not that good or interesting, but the development of this character specifically, Nicholas Hoult, I mean, is just amazing. He's just a great actor. Like, honestly, he just makes me laugh a lot. And we also have Elle Fanning. I think she doesn't make you laugh, but she has, this character, this beach vibe character, which I really love about this season, because in the first one, she was like, sometimes she was really nice or, I don't know, dumb, but in this second season, you can clearly see how she grew. And we also have new characters, which is also very interesting. And I think the last 2 chapters are very good. It kind of becomes boring at the mid of the season, but then it becomes pretty interesting at the end. You kind of forget that it's a comedy show, and it becomes a little dramatic, even if it's not that dramatic. The only thing I didn't like is, I think in the first season, they have a lot more of, how do you call this? Like, oh my gosh, I forgot. They have a lot of dark humor in the first season, and this second season, they don't have a lot of dark humor. I don't know if they were like, warned or something, but you can clearly see that it's not that with dark humor. But yeah, that's why I choose number 5 for them. Makeup, it's still the same. Costume, it's still the same. So overall, I'm pretty satisfied. And if I am waiting for season 3, I mean, I'm not that excited, but I will watch it as a comfort show, when you're working on something else, working out, doing something. Just that. I don't think, because of the plot, I don't expect something more interesting to happen, honestly. And I don't have a favorite character right now. Nicholas Hoult is still funny, but it's just like, meh. And, and Elle Fanning, it's okay, but sometimes you get exhausted of her character, honestly. So yeah, I'm not expecting a season 3. I'm just like, okay with that, and that's it. And well, okay, I've been talking like 4 minutes. Okay, now next one, Mr. Corman. So, Mr. Corman, wait. Okay, so Mr. Corman was sadly cancelled for a second season. We're not going to have a second season of Mr. Corman. Now, which were the pros and the cons of this show? I think the pros was, honestly, Joseph Gordon-Levitt acting is chef kiss, as always. I'm a fan of him, but really, he just makes me want to see him, Like, if you have seen Mr. Corman, the main character is literally such a boring person, and I can relate with him, honestly. But I just wanted to see Joseph still, like, acting and that stuff. I really enjoyed his acting. And also, I think there are like other roles, like, for example, his best friend role is just amazing. I don't know, I really empathize a lot with him, probably because he's Latin, and I don't know, it was funny and nice. And well, yeah. Another pro, I think it was the message of the TV show, because I think it was made for millennials like me, and you can relate pretty much to this character because you're having like the same age crisis. They also talk about COVID stuff, which is like, it's funny. I think it's also comedy. Yes, it's comedy, and it's also funny because I could see myself reflected on this character. When the pandemic hits, he just gets so stressed. He starts disinfecting, and there is this specific scene where he just washes his hands to eat, and then he touches the packaging of the food, and then he washes his hands again, and then he touches the garbage, and then he has to wash his hands again. It's just hilarious, and also makes you realize, like, damn, yeah, that was the pandemic. So yeah, that was very good. Another thing, it was the connection. So he's a single man, right? So he's not looking for love, but of course love has to be inside of his daily life. So they also include like human connections, like his best friend connection, uh, his connection with his mom, with the boyfriend's mom, with his sister. All of those were amazing, and I think all the actors did a great job. I just really, really love that. And the cons, I think it's very fast. Like, you want to know more about his life, and it just ends very fast. That's a cons. Of course, I think it ends really fast because they were expecting to do a second season, but it didn't happen, which I'm really sad about it. But I mean, yeah, very bad. And another cons is the plot. I mean, it's all about himself, we get it. It's about his single life and depressive life, we get it. But there are some chapters when they just like add a lot of random stuff, which is part of Mr. Corman. Honestly, it is part of it. But as watcher, well, as an audience, I didn't like these little parts. Although one of these chapters, it's involved with a lot of crazy stuff happening. They use like virtual effects. Oops. Sorry. Okay, so they use a lot of green screen, and it's really noticeable because I think there is not a lot of budget for this show. You can clearly see all the special effects. I don't know if they did it on purpose. I think they did. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of part of the vibe of Mr. Corman. But there is this specific chapter when, spoilers, one of his friends died and passes away. And I don't know, it's very shocking. But it's kind of mixed with, virtual reality. So it doesn't make you feel like that's sad. And there is also this other character, which is the ex-girlfriend, which I hated. I don't know. I just hate ex-girlfriend, really. I didn't find a connection between two of them. Like, yeah, no. And the last chapter, like, oh my god, how can they just leave us like that? Like, it's supposedly he met someone and he connected with this someone, but then, his introvert side wins, and then he gets mad to this new girl that he meets, and I don't know. I just wanted to see more of this, and now the show is cancelled. But yeah, that was Mr. Corman. Okay, now let's move to the next one. Okay, so the next, which is place number 4, is it's Never Have I Ever, second season as well. Okay, so I'm a 26-year-old, and this show is for high school kids, but I didn't care because the first season was so nice. Like, you had a lot of information about Indian culture, which was very, very nice. I really appreciate all of that. And I was happy with that, Like, sometimes it's hard for me to connect with a protagonist, but I did with this kid, and I just think it was awesome. So second season, it was not that awesome. First season was a 10. Second season was like a 7 or 6. Why? Okay, so first, I think we didn't have a lot of human connection with the protagonist, with Debbie. I think we had to get deeper into her, and it wasn't like that. They just kind of get into the plot twist between her two boyfriends, and we get it, but it wasn't that deep. It was just like comedy, but it wasn't that deep as first season. And I just wanted to see more about Ben, because I don't know, I just really like Ben. He's so funny, and we didn't get that much screen time of Ben, which I hate that. And we also have Paxton, Chef Kiss to Paxton. But yeah, we also we didn't have Paxton development. I mean, there was this plot about him wanting to get good grades, but I mean, this is common in every high school show, so I don't know. And about the Indian culture, yeah, they still talk about some topics about Indian culture, but not that deep as in the first season. So yeah, I enjoy it a lot. I also think they didn't add a lot of plot about the two best friends. As I mentioned, it was everything. The whole season was about Debbie between Ben or Paxton, which was pretty okay. It was okay because I like both of them, but it was not that okay because we lost a lot of plot from all the characters. Yeah, so I think that's like thumbs in the middle, but it is number 4 because it makes me laugh, and it's the second season. So yeah, okay, move to the next one. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, that was number 4. Now number 3, of course, this is a season 3, which is You. Why third place? Because we love Joe Goldberg. I mean, we all love Joe. He's such a creepy person, and he's still doing the job, you know? Like, he's carrying the show, damn it. Of course, this season was... I really like this season. I'm very satisfied with this season. Why? Because they kind of... I think... Wait. I think they kind of give a break of Joe character, which I really like, because he was like distracted in still being like a stalker, but in a more calm way. And we have on the other side Love Queen, which this high of crazy level of mindset. Like, that was such a great show, because it's not still about Joe Goldberg, it was also about Love Queen. Like, Love was getting so crazy. And if you ask me, that ending was perfect. Of course, I saw it coming. Of course, I knew Love was going to die. Of course, we all knew, I think. And it was great. It was the great ending for this character, because we love that character. And I think if they like left her alive, it was not going to be the same, because then we were going to have like 2 favorites, Joe and Love. So I mean, it was perfect. It was just the perfect ending for this season. And also, one thing that I love about the end of this season was the scene in Paris. Like, damn, they got everything right. The scene of Joe in Paris, Joe's outfit, the music, the colors, the color scene, I don't know, the colorimetry, I don't know, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Everything was so on point that I am expecting a season 4, and I'm going to be waiting for season 4. The only thing I didn't like about this season was his new obsession. Like, I think the character was like weak. I don't even remember the name of the character, to be honest, but yeah, I don't see her like someone Joe will like. But I mean, it also makes sense because, you know, he just dates white girls, and we have this girl, and I think it's nice because she's so nice. I mean, she's really, really nice. But I think she missed this like strong character, you know? Like the only thing or aspect that we saw about her, it was about her being nice, but that's it. But for example, with Love or Guinevere, well, yeah, with both of them, they had this dark side. You know what I mean? And this new girl, she doesn't have a dark side yet. So that was pretty boring. I mean, Joe, yay, but that girl, boring. So yeah, that was my expectations. We also saw, of course, this human side of Joe because of his song, which is yeah, great. But yeah, best things of the season: Love Queen, Death of Love Queen, and Joe in Paris. That's great. So yeah, and the cons, just the girl. Yeah, basically just that for me. Yeah. Okay, next one. Okay, number 2. Another teen TV show. Sorry, I'm just traumatized with high school TV shows. Okay, this one, there were a lot of high school TV shows this year actually, which is great because years ago we didn't have that much when I was a teenager. Probably the most famous was 30 Reasons Why, and it was like, it became boring. But now, this year, we had a lot of options, and I did watch all these options except from one, but I don't remember the name. Okay, so number 2 is Cruel Summer. I don't think a lot of people watch this show, but if you did, thumbs up if you like it. I did like this show because we have the typical protagonist, beauty and popular girl versus nerd girl. I just love this type of plots. So basically, nerd girl. Well, I'm not going to tell you the story. You can look for it. But okay, cons of this show. It was like such a fresh story. Not talking about murders, because there's always murders. In this show, there's not a murder. It's just a kidnapping story, which is kind of interesting. And the protagonist, the girl that was kidnapped, is alive. And I don't know, it was just so good. From the beginning, you kind of know who's the guilty person in this show, but you have to watch the whole show to understand how she did it. Of course, you know who it was. I just spoiled this, sorry. But you have to watch the whole show to understand it. And yeah, you kind of doubt at the middle of the show, but then you're pretty sure who it was. And I love also the different characters. I think the only thing that I didn't like was the high school male characters. They're just boring and high school kids. But the kidnapper, that's so interesting. And of course, the 2 girls that are protagonists, they have such a change of character, and you can see it in the way they act and the way they dress them. I just really like that. Another cons that I didn't like was the colorimetry, the color of the scenes. They kind of make different colors on different stages of the show, so you can understand when is the past and when is the present. And it's not that nice. It's kind of sepia, which is boring, and it just makes you don't want to see it anymore. But overall, the reason why you should watch this show basically is because of the plot. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to say because of the actings, because it's not about the actings. It's just because of the plot. It kind of makes you feel like if you're in a vintage season or era, something like that. But it's not based in a vintage era. I think it's actually based in the nowadays life. But yeah, pretty interesting. And I also like the Christmas scenes. Kind of creepy, but I like it. Yeah, something fresh. That's why I like it. I'm not sure if there is going to be a season 2. I hope there is a season 2, But if not, I like the ending. Honestly, I did like the ending. And yeah, that's Cruel Summer. If you like it, you can go for it. I put it in place number 2. It's not that good, but it's the first season, and it kept me entertained. So yeah, that's why I place it in number 2. And they're all like fresh faces. I haven't seen any of these actors or actors before, so that's a nice thing. Yeah. And number 1, my favorite. I think after finishing this video, you can clearly see what type of genre I like the most. So number 1 is Sex Life of College Girls. Pretty recent, I know. I just finished the first season. It's just amazing. Like, bro, this is something that I really needed in my life. Why? Because it's just so funny. Pros and cons. Pros. Fresh faces. I really like that. And I have already a favorite character. If you like this show, we can like talk more about it. But I honestly have my favorite character. And they are all like fresh faces. They are not like supermodel faces, I promise. They all look like human, like normal people like us. And there is like variety of races, which I also appreciate. I just been into shows that are really with diversity characters. Nowadays, if I watch a show that is just white people, I just pass. But this show is so good, like so funny. Sorry, but it's so funny. Like the 4 girls are so nice, like fresh faces, as I mentioned before. The plot twist, you kind of don't follow a plot twist, you just watch their lives, at college. Yeah, basically that's it. I think there is more plot for some characters than for others, but it's okay because you enjoy all the same. It's enough for you because the episodes are short. I think it's like from 20 to 25 minutes. That's it. So it's really, really fast season. Of course, I'm expecting a second season, and I'm pretty sure they are going to get the second season if it's not already confirmed. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's funny in general. And the cons, I can't actually see any cons of this show. Probably just the fact that the chapters are very, very short. That's it. But yeah, overall, go and watch it. I promise it's going to be so fun, and you're not going to regret watching this. Of course, I just watch this, like, honestly, when I watch a TV show, sometimes I'm just on my phone and listening, but this show got my attention. It's just so well constructed. Yeah, there's just one famous face, which is not a protagonist. It's another character, which is a gay character, and I totally see her as a gay character. I don't know if she's gay in real life, but she appeared in Lily and Dash Christmas. I think that's the name. Lily, that's the girl that appears in this show as a gay person, and I don't know, I just love her in this character. It just suits her so good. I didn't like her that much in Dash and Lily, but here she looks so good. And yeah, there's no cons about this show. And pretty fast, I'm just going to talk about disappointments of this year, because I hate disappointments. And oh my gosh, I just forgot. Let me just check. Okay, I remember. So first disappointment. Last year, my favorite TV shows was Love Live with, oh man, I forgot the name of this actress. Love Live with Anna Kendrick, yes. So that first season, oh my god, I just loved this first season. It was so nice. I fell in love with this show, and I was so excited for season 2 until I read that she was not going to be there anymore. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to watch it anymore, but if it's like the season 1, I probably am going to watch it. So I give it a try, and oh my god, no. Biggest mistake here. It seems like the producers and the writers, they just give the name of the franchise of the show to different people. That's it. I just watched until chapter 3 probably. The main character, I like him. I did really like him, but I don't know. There was something not not that good. I don't know if I'm going to finish, honestly. I want to finish it because I like this New York vibe. Sorry, which is part of the season 1. But I don't know. I'm probably just going to watch it when I'm working out. Just that. Even though I love New York shows. But yeah. It's because of the plot. I'm not liking the plot. It's kind of boring. The first one was really funny, but this one is boring. So yeah. Biggest disappointment, Love Live season 2. Second disappointment, it's probably Modern Love season 2 as well. So the fact of Modern Love season 1, bro, that was amazing. Anne Hathaway, the stories, I just fall in love with all the stories. Of course, also because they are based in New York, which I think is pretty similar to Love Live. But the second season, they included British stories, European stories, and I hated that. Like, it is supposed to be about New York, right? And there are a lot of posh accents. I don't hate them, but they are not my favorite. So, also, weak storylines. So far, I just watched until episode 4. Honestly, I haven't watched the episodes with European protagonists because I'm just not into it. The American protagonists based in New York, yes, I have watched them until episode 4, but I'm not sure if I want to keep watching. I probably do the same as Love Live. But yeah, that's it. Another disappointment was the morning show. What happened to this show? It was so good. I mean, a cheer up to Reese Witherspoon because she's still being great at his role. But Jennifer Aniston, it's not because she's acting bad. It's because the plot of her character just went like this. And also, they killed Mitch. Like, what the heck? Like, it ends so good, and it starts with a different plot. Like, what the heck is going on, right? So yeah, I also haven't finished watching that, or I did. I don't even remember, guys. It's that irrelevant. So yeah, that was also another disappointment. And I just want to add to my list of top 5. I also had another one that I really like. Probably I'm going to put it in number 5 as Mr. Corman and the Great. And this one is Zoe's playlist. Zoe's Extraordinary playlist, sorry. I don't remember if the one I watched was season 3 or 2. Please remind me. Oh my god, no! I just find out that season 3 was cancelled. What the heck? Oh no! I'm so sad. This was a comfort show for me. Oh man. No! I'm so sad, guys. Oh man. I mean, yeah, season 2 wasn't that great. I did enjoy the plot, but it kind of get lost in some characters. And she got a new relationship and then got stuck, so it got back to the same thing and same plot about her dad. And you know, it's basically the same plot, but we actually saw her, Zoe, growing. She got a new job position. Sorry. Yeah, she got a new position, and that was nice. And we had like new characters as well. I mean, it was not great, but I was enjoying that. Oh my god, I'm so sad, guys. I'm just going to read more about it because I think it's going to be like a special episode to give closure to this show. Oh my god, no. I'm going to miss them so much. It was really a comfort show because of the music, and it was, I don't know, it was so nice. It touched my heart. Okay, I'm pretty sad. But okay, now we can move on. Okay, that was my top 5. Even though it was more than 5 shows, sorry guys. But yeah, that was my top 5s and my five and my disappointments. I also am going to start watching some TV shows from 2021 that were nominated to the Golden Globes and that I just passed because I wasn't in the mood of watching them. So yeah. But anyway, that's it. Probably I'm going to do another one about K-dramas because we love K-dramas. Yeah. Okay. Bye.